Hello everyone, it's me, Samuel Taylor Ackroyd, and a very good morning from Edinburgh Airport. Today, you join me as I fly with Ryanair UK on a very early morning flight down to London's Stansted Airport on board a Boeing 737-800. It is just before 3 o'clock in the morning, meaning that security won't even be open yet, which means no reason to rush around and a bit more of a relaxed morning. As is usually the case, I have no check-in luggage to drop off, so I can just head straight up the escalator to security and wait for it to open. Just before security, there are a few coffee shops and a restaurant, but of course, as it was just approaching 3 o'clock in the morning, none of them were open yet. I had a seat in one of the coffee shops just outside security while I waited for it to be open. To my surprise, security opened earlier than usual. Normally security would open at around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, but this morning, security opened at around 5 minutes past 3 in the morning. So I was one of the first few passengers that morning to get through security, and I was airside in a matter of minutes. However, as most of the shops and restaurants in the departure lounge don't even open until roughly 4 o'clock, nothing was open yet, including duty-free, which isn't a big deal to me personally. So instead of walking through duty-free, I had to walk through a corridor, which would normally be for airport staff only, but passengers can use it when duty-free isn't open. Once in the departure lounge, I ventured to have a look at the views of the many aircraft parked up awaiting all their departure times between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. during what is known as the first wave. While waiting for Costa Coffee to open to get some breakfast from there, I was wandering around the terminal, and wow, it felt so strange seeing the terminal so devoid of people. It felt like I was in an abandoned airport. That's how quiet it was. Anyway, Costa Coffee eventually opened and I got myself a bacon roll and a cup of tea for breakfast to help wake me up a bit. After sitting around for about an hour waiting for the gate to be shown on the departure boards, I made my way towards gate 27, which is the gate my flight down to Stansted Airport would be boarding from this morning. You can definitely see that the airport is a whole lot more busy between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. when all the first wave flights are boarding all at once. In fact, check out how busy the area where gates 21 to 24 are located. I mean, this is just chaotic and hard to get through. Nonetheless, I managed to get through the big crowds of people waiting to board their flights, and I managed to make it to gate 27 without being shoved or pushed. Eventually, we were called for boarding and I joined the non-priority queue as I had paid for just the base fare and had no carry-on suitcase with me, just my backpack for a day trip to do some plane spotting. Once I had my boarding pass scanned, we then had to wait roughly 15 more minutes in the long tunnel that is at gate 27, while the dispatchers and the crew were getting ready to let us on board the plane. The aircraft flying me down to London Stansted this morning is this 15-year-old Boeing 737-800 registered as Golf-Romeo Uniform Kilo Golf, which is operated by Ryanair UK, which is basically the same thing as the normal Ryanair, but came around after Brexit when the UK left the European Union in early 2020. My seat on this flight was seat 7 Foxtrot, which would normally have an excellent engine view, but because of how cold it was during the night, condensation ended up building up on all of the windows. But the condensation would clear up when we were accelerating down the runway, so unfortunately I couldn't see the engine just yet. Anyway, the safety demonstration was eventually completed and we were pushing back to get ready to head down to London Stansted. However, since the windows were all covered in condensation, let's just skip to the takeoff from runway 24, with the condensation clearing away. While the takeoff roll would have been a lot more fun had the windows not been covered in condensation, it was still a smooth departure and we would climb out over West Lothian before turning south towards London. Now let's have a look at what the seat has to offer. Legroom is pretty generous for a low-cost carrier in my opinion, bearing in mind I am roughly 6 foot tall. The tray table basically reaches the halfway point between the seat in front of you and yourself, so not particularly big and doesn't extend, but still a good enough size I think. Above the tray table is Ryanair's safety card, which is printed onto the seat in front of you, as there are no seat back pockets on any Ryanair aircraft. The Buy on Board menu can be accessed using the Ryanair app, so make sure you download it before the flight. You can still see what's on offer even on flight mode. Now, even though I had a bacon roll and a cup of tea from Costa in Edinburgh airport already, I still felt like trying out Ryanair's bacon baguette along with another cup of tea, both of which were really nice and really hit the spot. I didn't leave my seat throughout the flight and didn't use the toilets, so I don't know if they were clean and working properly or not. I just sat back, relaxed and enjoyed the nighttime and sunrise views while enjoying my second breakfast of the day. As you can see, there was a beautiful sunrise as we were starting our descent into London's Stansted Airport. We also got a nice view of Stansted Airport as we were making our final descent towards runway 04. So welcome to London Stansted Airport. This is my first time visiting Stansted and is another London airport I can tick off my list of London airports visited. All in all, an excellent flight with Ryanair UK, with friendly and attentive crew, what I think is a very comfortable seat with good enough legroom for a low-cost carrier, great food and drinks along with a great selection on the menu. We were also on time, which is a bonus. The price of the flight was also amazing value for money. The base fare costed only £14.99 plus an extra £11.50 to select seat 7 Foxtrot, so I paid a total of £26.49 for this flight between Edinburgh and London Stansted Airport, which is amazing value for money in my opinion. Bear in mind, the base fare only allows you to bring a bag that fits under the seat in front of you on board and an airport duty-free bag. Another bonus is that the crew let me have a brief visit to the flight deck once everyone else had disembarked, which I'm very grateful for. Always a pleasure to chat to the pilots about my trips I'm on and my love for aviation.
Going back to Stansted now, so we're going back to Edinburgh. Sorry.
Yeah, we are in Stansted.
Yeah.
So I take it you're Edinburgh based?
Yeah, Edinburgh based, yeah. So we're going back there, and then we've got a flight to do after that, so...
Where are you going?
It's quite busy. Back to Stansted.
After that flight deck visit, it was time to disembark the aircraft so that the passengers flying on the return flight back to Edinburgh could board. Thanks so much Ryanair UK for a great flight down to Stansted, and thank you for watching this trip report. Stay safe and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.